Childish Gambino also, his wife is white. And he kept that under wraps for the longest time. He's also very pro-black. And so it's like these celebrities that and again, I'm not against it, but it's like if that's you, own it and be cool about it. Like that, don't
hide it.
Don't hide it, because then it looks like you were trying to okie doke.
If you married racially,
like just be who you are, and that's it. But I don't think it invalidates your pro-blackness. I do think if you fall in love with somebody, you fall in love with somebody. So be it.
I think we got to use different words. So I think we got to use different language, because he just said invalidates your pro-blackness, and it the way he's saying it makes it seems like just because, like I used the examples they used, they threw out Kwame Nkrumah and Cheikh Anta Diop. So we're going to use those examples because they threw them out. And if you're using the language that if you date or marry interracially, then that invalidates your pro-blackness. We can't use that language. To me, that's irresponsible language, because we're not invalidating Kwame Nkrumah. We're not invalidating Cheikh Anta Diop. Remember at the beginning, I said pro-blackness is action-based. We're talking people who mightily contribute to black people. They may not meet the definition. And see, that's the difference between saying somebody may not meet a classification and somebody is invalidated. We would not use the words invalidate. They may not meet the definition or meet the classification, but they are definitely not invalidated. In the framing, and that's one of my issues with this conversation, is the framing and the language that was used. Because once again, at the end of the day, just because you are not considered pro-black, so what? Just because you consider pro-black don't mean you out here saving the world. You know how many pro-black people I know who do, or people who are considered pro-black who do nothing? Right. So, I mean, all of that. Now, I still think the black family, building, maintaining, and promoting the black family is one of the most revolutionary things that black people can do. And to me, that's the foundation of pro-blackness, from my definition of pro-blackness. But you don't have to rock with my definition, because I'm not going to be in your relationship, right? But if you're asking me for the sake of this conversation, the black family, creating, maintaining, and supporting, promoting black family is the foundation of pro-blackness. But the framing and the language that we use, we have to be responsible with the language that we use. We're not invalidating Kwame Nkrumah. We're not invalidating Cheikh Anta Diop. They may not meet definitions, but we're not invalidating them.
That's what it is. However, it's better for the culture and the people if we keep the black and black.
I mean, I think it's also it's one of those things, like, it sounds good in theory, you can be. I think in practice, it's usually not the case. Like, I think most of the time there's, you can be pro-black and marry outsider. I think most of the times it's not the same. And let's be clear, not being pro-black does not automatically make you a coon. Like, it's not like one or the other.
Right.
So it's like, you're not going against the race just because. So it's like,
right.
But, I think most people that marry outside the race aren't necessarily pro-black. And go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and also I want to distinguish two types of people here. There's people who are like black leaders, like the people who are like the pro-black leaders, and then there's your everyday average Joe type of person who's just living their life and whatever. I'm not talking about the everyday average Joe type of person who's just living their life, because they don't have any real, there's not like any particular stances that they may have taken publicly to lead anything or voice their point, their
the
thoughts.
More out there you talking
exactly.
about it, more of a
so it's more like, if you out here talking about stuff, then it's like, okay, now let's look at your life and see what your life is like.
Do you live that?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm talking about. So that's why I'm the people that I mentioned before, they're leaders, and I'm talking about people like Childish Gambino and Quentin Brunson.
Yeah, but you can't, when we're talking about pro-blackness and we're talking about contributions. First of all, Childish Gambino and Quentin Brunson can't even be mentioned in the same sentence as Kwame Nkrumah and Che Cantor Diop as far as contributions. Let's stop it. Once again, and I'm glad he used that because Childish Gambino and Quinta Brunson are labeled as pro-black. But can we really, if pro-blackness is action-based, outside of making songs and stuff, what real actions have they done to advance black people? Now, he was trying to exclude the everyday black person. You cannot exclude the everyday black person when you're defining pro-blackness, because it's the everyday black person who put in the groundwork and the foundational work and the fundamental work for those who have those big names to be able to do what they do. Because pro-blackness, you cannot, it doesn't work in a silo like that. Kwame Nkrumah, Che Cantor Diop, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these other people that we would label as pro-black and we would see as pro-black and we would have those, they were great because of those who were around them. They were great because of the everyday people who contributed to everything around them. You cannot dismiss the everyday person. And you cannot dismiss the everyday person's thoughts and ideologies when it comes to that as well. Because the everyday person, just because you don't know their name, doesn't mean their contribution is not meaningful. And to me, that was that's one of the problems that I had with this conversation is you're trying to define pro-blackness and looking at pro-blackness through a lens of celebrity, rather than looking at pro-blackness from an everyday standpoint. Those celebrities or those people who have those names, they don't get there by themselves. They don't get there by themselves. And so it goes to something that Rufus was saying earlier, like to be pro-black or revolutionary to what extent, especially if nothing is coming out of it, they're getting no concrete results out of it. It's a good question. It's a good comment. It's a good thing to think about. What's the point of all of this if we just get symbolic gestures out of it? But it's the thought processes, it's the conversations that I had. We accept the symbolic gestures. It's enough for us. It's enough for us for somebody to make a song, This Is America, and then because they make that song, This Is America, we label him as pro-black. That's crazy to me. Pro-blackness should be steeped in actions. It's action-based. Right, Rufus? They were not pro-black, but they contributed mightily to black people. But you don't have to be labeled as pro-black, or you don't have to label yourself as pro-black. You don't have to. It's not the end of the world. It's not like when you pass away, it's gonna be on your tombstone or something that made your family better just because you labeled yourself as pro-black. You still got to do what you need to do for you, for yourself, for your family, and your people. The title means nothing. If it's not based in actions and it's not based in actually empowering and uplifting black people, the black family, the black race, then I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in a pro-black. So who is this? 616. So anytime a black man or woman has a child by any other race, it's a black baby. Right, but that's determined by the one drop rule determined by white people. But the race of the father determines what type of family it is by default. Okay. So let's continue the conversation.
Because they're out there and they're very outspoken about being pro-black. That's like if Issa Rae, after being famous for saying I'm voting for everybody black, now she goes and marries a white man. Yeah, that's when it's like
a little contradictory.
Sis, what's up? How you really feel about the situation?
No, that's a good point. And I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. If you do marry outside your race or you date outside your race, do not ever be disrespectful to the people in your race, because that is a sign of self-hate. If you want to marry
Facts.
Becky with the good hair, and that's you, that's who you love, don't ever dare disrespect black women saying that they ain't this, they ain't that because you decided to marry outside your race. That's disrespectful, it's anti-black, and it shows self-hate. So we do not condone that. You do what you want for you, celebrate you, but don't ever disparage people in your race. That's not okay.
And also, to add to that point, don't go outside of your race because you blocked in every group of every woman or every man in your race and just put them all in the same box and said, oh, black women ain't nothing or black men ain't nothing. No, that's your...
Hey, Eugene, we're saying specifically not to be black and marry interracially. We're specifically asking, do you meet the definitions or the qualifications of pro-blackness if you marry interracially? If you marry outside of your race, do you meet the definition or the qualifications of being pro-black if you marry somebody who is not black?
Experience with whomever you have decided to surround yourself around, because I know a lot of white women and Asian women or whatever that have some of the traits that y'all say y'all hate in black women, and it's there too. Yeah. So don't go out there trying to disparage nobody
and
because of your experiences,
and be wary of being fetishized too. You seen this black boyfriend effect thing on TikTok?
Dog,
that's wild. Like,
yeah, that was
they talking about some black
wild.
boyfriend effect, and it's like, oh, you just wearing J's.
Like,
I
appreciate
that's
you.
What you
I appreciate you, my brother.
Too?
So I'll keep it. I've never been with anybody outside of my race because I've been specifically not white, because I refuse to have a moment where we might have to edit. I don't want, if you say BBC, I'm done. I refuse to be, especially, I'm African. We're not having that conversation. That's gonna feel like I'm some sort of fantasy slave, whatever thing.
PC in the building.
I can't do it.
PC.
It feels weird. It's uncomfortable.
Do you meet the definition of the qualification? PC. Do you meet the definition of the qualification of being pro-black if you marry somebody or make a family with somebody who is not black? That's the question on the table.
I would hope white women do that.
Please hit that like button, y'all.
Really?
Please hit that like button.
I've seen it.
That's insane.
I've seen it.
I mean, that's what we got. What's the name?
And I've heard stories.
What's the name? Shannon? Isn't that one Unc did? Wasn't that part of the text?
Can't do it, big dog. I can't do it. No.
Yeah, no.
I want to speak on like the families. Like, let's say he marries into a white family, his family or her family, her mom, her dad, how they feel about like.
Yeah.
That's another point too. Marrying into certain families and you don't know how they feel about you.
Yeah. A lot of times they'll make it known, because like, just because your partner is progressive and more liberal don't mean her parents are.
Like, what's the white comedian? The white dude who married a black woman?
Bill Burr or Gary
Owen. He talked about how his father is racist. But he's not, apparently, according to him, he's like, his dad is not like, I hate black people. He just don't know no black people. And so
I think it's crazy, in my opinion. I think it's crazy to marry into a family of people that hate you for any reason, especially hate you because of your race, who don't mess with you, who don't want you mixing with their kind. I think it's crazy I would never pursue a relationship or try to recreate or marry a woman if her family rejects me because of my race and they believe that we shouldn't be mixing. You're right, we shouldn't be. And I'm gone, I'm throwing the deuces. I'm not doing that. I would not try to convince anybody of who I am. I can't change the color of my skin. I can't change my background. I can't change my history, none of that. I will not be performing for anybody or not trying to convince nobody to do anything else, right? Nope. If they don't want me, I'm only going where I'm wanted. I'm only going where I'm celebrated. I'm liking who like me. My brother Will Justice, what's going on? I like who like me. I rock with who rock with me. I'll be damn if I marry into or even recreate with somebody who their family is vehemently against my own existence, let alone my existence mixing with their bloodline. Nope, not doing it. That to me, that's wild. That's wild. That's crazy. Like my man PC say, that's wild turkey. That's wild turkey.
His ideas of who black people are just destroyed. But Gary Owen has only ever been with black women. And that's one of those things where it's like, okay, the person likes you, but how did family feel?
Yeah.
Are you ever gonna really feel like family, like at home?
Yeah,
you're around it?
Families married, at least, especially in like our community and our culture, your family married the other family. So it's like, it's not just a union and y'all
together.
Y'all tied. Y'all tied together. And if you literally got family that hates you, that's not a good look. And I outside of just race, I wouldn't want to marry somebody and they got to choose between me and their family.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy. I'm not doing that.
Because that's your foundation. Because if you got to cut them off to be with me, now you done lost the whole a part of your support system, which puts more burden on.
Gamer, a white family can be harmful to white men. An Asian family can be harmful to Asian men. An Arabic family can be harmful to Arabic men. A Chinese family can be harmful to Chinese men. That's human. That's not something that's exclusive to black people. That's human. Humans do that. We're talking about human behavior now. Yeah. ISS Manny. Happy Foundational Black American Month, my brother. I appreciate you for the $2 sticker. I appreciate you, my brother, for the support.
Look at all this money, homie. I got all this money, homie.
Yeah, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like we gotta stop approaching black unity with fear. Let's approach it with understanding. We were never brought here to be together. That's one of the reasons why building a black family is such a revolutionary act. First of all, looking at racial dynamics, right? Whether you want to participate in or not, looking at racial dynamics. Black people, we have to be a strong, unified, empowered group of people amongst ourselves who self-actualize amongst ourselves and who build amongst ourselves. And we need black families at the foundation of that. That's one of the reasons why it's so revolutionary, because white people, since they brought us here, have worked overtime to make sure that they destroy black families, that they destroy black unity, that they destroy black progress. Black people loving black people is not something that white people want. That's something that challenges the system of white supremacy. It's a threat to the system of white supremacy. Black people actually getting along. Black people actually loving each other. Black people actually building and recreating healthy families. Black people self-actualizing amongst themselves without any other contribution to worldview from any other group.